nails it. Littlejohn will explode after 1.9.
Cover up.
There they go.
Cover up.
What a win for the Tigers, and perhaps the first of what may be a monumental week for the Clemson athletic program. A win over number 4 Kentucky with a final score of 70-66. They outplayed them, they outworked them, and it means a lot more 7:30 a.m. shoot-arounds.
Well, the ACC got knocked around tonight,
yes,
but not here in Clemson. Kentucky was tough, Clemson was tougher, and it all started with Shefflin and company, because Shefflin set the rules for a guy to miss that many shots and not one time get offensive sensitive. Shefflin finishes with 11 points and 20 rebounds, a career high. The tenacity of this Clemson team for 40 minutes, the difference in the ballgame.
Without question. There's only one right now on the ACC ledger, and it is a massive one for Brad Brownell and the Clemson Tigers. And give this crowd here at Littlejohn a big, big round of applause for the support they gave from Jump Street. What a fantastic way to start the season for us, Jimmy.
No
really
doubt.
Enjoyed it. For Jimmy Dykes, Griff is our baseball and now basketball director, and of course Scott Matthews, our producer. I'm Carl Ravitch. Been a pleasure to be here. Hope you enjoyed it. The SEC ACC Challenge continues, men and women, tomorrow night.
What a game. Of course, Coach is on hand to talk about it. Shea Cornett, David Lloyd here with you as well.
Let's get right in. Let's dig in here, Seth. So, I mean, for Kentucky, everything had been sunshine and lollipops. They went from 23 in preseason rankings all the way up to 4. They hadn't lost. First true road game of the season. What did we learn about the Wildcats tonight?
Kentucky's a very good basketball team, but down the stretch, a couple things happened. They didn't have one guy they could give it to that could just go get a shot. When you think about Kentucky basketball right now, you think about transition, you think about three-point shooting, you think about sharing the basketball, insisting on 60% of their field goals. But they didn't have one guy that at the end of the game they could give that ball to, and he could just go get a bucket.
Yeah.
And that's it. This game right here, first true road game. This is going to be every road game in the SEC for Kentucky. The biggest game on everyone's schedule. It's a white out, a yellow out, a blue out, a black out. They've got to get used to this. Look, they can beat you in transition, but not today. They can beat you on the glass, but not today. They can beat you with the 3, but not today. This is a different environment, different kind of pressure. They play Duke on a neutral court. You know what? Duke had everything to lose. They had everything to gain. You play on the road at Clemson, where there's an expectation, like you said, a 4th-ranked team. It's a different game. I thought that the pressure of the game a little bit got to him. And I also think the game plan for Brad Brownell was simple. I talked to Brad today. He said, we got to basically slow their transition. Check. We got to rebound the basketball. Check. We got to run them off the three-point line. Check. And then we've got to find a way to get some easy baskets. Check. Everything he wanted to do, they did. Now, they could have lost the game, but they found a way to win. And this will be great for Mark Pope and his team, because it's a great lesson. But this is a typical game that they will play on the road in the SEC. You saw what the SEC is doing in the ACC, SEC Challenge. They are dominating. Every game in the SEC is going to be a rock fight.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough for Kentucky going forward. They got to face Gonzaga on Saturday on a neutral court. It's a tough week, but we have this now for you. New on SportsCenter, head coach of the Clemson Tigers, who just beat Kentucky. Here's Brad Brownell.
Coach, first of all, I want you to talk about the tenacity overall of your team tonight and what this home crowd meant to your ball club.
Yeah, the home crowd was terrific. you know, Littlejohn is really a rocking place on game night. I'm really proud of our fans. Students were unbelievable here in the lower bowl, and we gave them something to cheer for, which is most important. But I'm just proud of the way our guys competed. We're a tough-minded, physical team that really guarded a terrific, talented Kentucky team and found a way to make a couple more buckets.
You said recently that your team's starting to understand the strength is how hard we play. Shefflin with 20 rebounds tonight. He missed a lot of shots, but it never one time affected his ticker. Just talk about the impact of Shefflin.
Yeah, he's an incredible kid, a terrific player, a guy who people are now starting to figure out a little bit. But like you said, it takes so much mental toughness to not worry about your offense and just go rebound the ball. And that's what he does. He's been that way since we got him. Gets the most out of his ability. He's a true team guy.
Brad, the ACC got knocked around tonight. You're the only team to win, I'm pretty sure. When Kentucky comes to town, it's an event. You took down the number 4 team, a high-octane team, been going over 100 points a game. Your defense, though, tonight was spot on. What was the best part about your defense through your eyes?
Just sustaining. I think that's what's hard to do. It's hard to sustain. You have spurts. I told the guy they were going to have runs. We were going to have runs. But we've got to sustain our mental toughness throughout, and I think we did that most of the night.
You started off the day at a 7:30 shoot-around. 14 hours, Coach, before tip. Now we're, 17 hours down the road. Put in perspective what this feels like as the head coach at Clemson, coming off of Elite Eight saying, you know what, we're back. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, I think we have a really good program. You know, we've done very well since this building was renovated, and you can see why. It's a first-class place. It's helped our recruiting. We've gotten better players. Makes me look like a little bit of a better coach, but this is special. I mean, this atmosphere, this is where you want to be. I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to come here and play. So really proud of our guys. Fun place to be the coach.
Coach, congratulations. Well done.
Thanks so much, Jimmy.
All right, so Coach, we react to this now. Obviously, we heard Jimmy mentioned it there with Coach, but this is the only win the ACC has, right? Like, the SEC has completely outworked them in this ACC-SEC challenge. And so it almost feels like Brad is playing not only just for Clemson, but for his entire conference.
Well, there's no doubt he's playing for his conference. Here's the biggest problem. You got to do your work in November and December and build your resume there, so that when you play in league season, you have opportunities for quad 1 and quad 2 wins. And what's happened is Clemson's going to be an opportunity for quad 1 or quad 1 win. North Carolina will be. Duke will be. I think Pitt will be. But if you look at the rest of the league, it's going to be hard to find resume-building wins. So this was a huge win for Clemson, huge win for the league. Unfortunately, there's not enough of those out there to help the league once they get into league season to build their resume, and that's a problem moving forward. But Brad Brownell, that was a great infomercial, because he said, I don't know why anyone would want to play here. I've coached in Littlejohn. That place is hard to coach in. I told you about that court storm. That is a court storming school.
He's having flashbacks.
I mean, like, they come from the baseline. It's insane. But Brad Brownell's a terrific coach. He's built a program built on toughness, resilience, player development, and character. Very impressive.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Thank you for the insight.